All right, so first year, first generation Honda Fit. Alternator finally died. I've watched some videos. It's the first time I've ever done it. Not my first time working on a Fit. I bought a manual transmission Sport first gen and put a clutch in it, and it wasn't too bad. Watched a buddy that does YouTube, had a video on putting the clutch in, really came in clutch and helped with that. So first things first that I read, this is the EGR. It's got two studs, one there and one underneath. You can't really see. That EGR's got to come off. So we're going to do the EGR, do that real quick. I guess really step one, we're going to unhook the battery so we don't arc on anything. So we're going to do that first. 10 millimeter there. Wiggle the negative, there we go. Battery's unhooked. There we go, EGR's off. So cool thing on my side, the ends of the bolts were rusty, so the nuts didn't want to come off, so the whole stud came out, which that was going to be my next step. So you've got a stud that's there and a stud that's there. You have to remove the studs to make room for the alternator to come out, but where the ends of my studs were rusty, when I was loosening, the whole stud came out. So this actually worked, both of them did. So it actually worked much better, and it'll be super easy to put back on. So good sign so far. So we had to raise it up. Didn't have to, you could do it on the ground, but when you got a lift, use it. Alternator is up there, and you can see that 12 millimeter bolt. So I took the whole alternator bracket, the upper bracket, there's two 12s there, and then the 12 on the top of the alternator, plus the 10 millimeter at the front of it. There you go. That's the belt adjustment there. And that's the 12 that goes in the alternator. And those two go in the block. So took the whole bracket off. We should be ready to take the belt off. I'm gonna get a pry bar and pry it loose. I'm sure it's tight from being in there for so long. And we should be ready to pull the alternator out. So I went ahead and I removed this bolt and this one to make this AC line a little freer. Turned it this way and pulled it straight up this way. It is tight. It is a tight fit. You're going to be squishing your washer fluid in that hose to get it out, but she's out, so hopefully the new one fits in that way. It says a tight fit, so you're going to wrestle with it a little bit, but it does fit that way. There we go. Watch the pulley. Once it's in there, you can turn it pretty easily. That hose is a big problem, so now that it's in there, we can turn it, get it where we need to go, start putting it back together. Also want to say, go ahead and put your connections on before you mount it, because you can turn it over on its side, plug it in, bolt it up, or the power wire, put the 10 millimeter bolt in, then set it back in, because that wire is real stiff, so it's probably going to give you issues if you try to do it from underneath. It's just easier to go ahead and bolt it and then set it in place. The 12 millimeter that's on the bottom, you go ahead and stick your hand in there, get that started, turn it a thread or two. We'll lift it back up to tighten it, but I want to make sure that that's in there. So now alternator's in, we're good there. Now we'll start putting we'll put the belt on, and then we'll start putting the tensioning bracket on, and then should be good to go. All right, new one's in. Sounds good. No battery light. Good to go. I'm gonna let it sit and run, charge the battery because the battery was dead, but I'm just gonna let it run. Not too bad. I bought a remanufactured alternator off of eBay, and the top alternator bolts, like it threads into the alternator, the threads were either wrong or bad because the bolt would not fit, and it was already in there. I wasn't going to take it back out and retap it, so I just put a smaller bolt with a nut on the other side. It's fine. The bottom 12 millimeter keeps it in place as well, so it isn't a problem, but weird. But I guess that's, I bought a $90 alternator instead of a $300 one, so if it lasts a year, it's fine. I'll do it again, but should be good to go. This is the first one. This is a 2007, 290,000 miles, and that's the first alternator, so pretty good to me. That's all for now.